Hey, it's Alan, and we're going to be reading another chapter from Jerry Spinelli's Loser. Today, we'll be reading
Chapter 4, Zinkoff's First Day. Zinkoff gets in trouble the first day of school. In fact, before he even gets to school, he's in trouble with his mother. Like the other neighborhood mothers of first day, first grade children, Mrs. Zinkoff intends to walk her son to school. First day is a big day, and her mother knows how scary it can be to be a 6-year-old. Zinkoff stands at the front window, looking at all the kids walking to school. It reminds him of a parade. His mother is upstairs getting dressed. She calls down, "Donald, you wait." Her voice is firm, for she knows how much her son hates to wait. By the time she comes downstairs, he's gone. She yanks open the door. People are streaming by. Mothers hold the hand of younger kids while 4th and 5th graders yell and run and rule the sidewalks. Mrs. Zinkoff looks up the street. In the distance, she sees the long neck of a giraffe poking above the crowd, hurrying along with the others. It's him. It must be him. He loves his giraffe hat. His dad bought it for him at the zoo. If she has told him once, she has told him 50 times, do not wear your giraffe hat to school. The school is only 3 blocks away. He will be there before she can catch him. With a sigh of surrender, she goes back into the house. The first grade teacher stands at the doorway as her new pupils arrive. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to school. When she sees the face of a giraffe go by, she nearly swallows her greeting. She watches the giraffe and the boy under it march straight to a front row desk and take a seat. When the bell rings, the teacher, Miss Meeks, shuts the door and stands before the desk of the unusually hatted student. The other students are openly giggling. She wonders if this boy is going to be a problem. This is Miss Meek's year to retire, and the last thing she needs is a troublesome first grader. "That's quite a hat you have there," she says. It is in fact remarkably lifelike. The boy pops to his feet. He beams. "It's a giraffe!" "So I see. But I'm afraid you'll have to take it off now. We don't wear hats in the classroom." "Okay," he says cheerfully. He takes off the hat. "You may be seated." "Okay." He seems agreeable enough. Perhaps he will not be troublesome at all. Now she has to tell him that he cannot keep the hat with him. She hopes he won't break out crying. First graders can be so unpredictable. You never know what might set them off. Think he's going to cry when she tells him? Let's find out. She tells him. She keeps an eye on his lower lip to see if it will quiver. It does not. Instead, he pops to his feet again and brightly chirps, "Yes, ma'am," and he hands the hat to her. Yes, ma'am. Where did that come from, she wonders. She smiles and whispers, "Thank you. Sit down now." He whispers back, "Yes, ma'am." 26 heads turn to follow her as she carries the 3-foot hat to the cubbyholes at the back of the room. She labels the cubbies the day before, and now she suddenly realizes she doesn't know which one belongs to the boy. She turns, "What's your name, young man?" He jumps to attention and he belts at full voice, "Zinkoff!" She has to turn her face to keep from laughing out loud. In all of her 30 years of teaching, she has never known a student to announce himself or herself in such a manner. She turns back and gives him a slight bow, which somehow seems to be called for. Well, thank you, and no need to shout, Mr. Zinkoff. Do you have a first name?" The class is a twitter. "Donald," he says. "Well, thank you, Donald, and you may keep your seat. There's no need to rise when you speak. Yes, ma'am! The cubbies, as the classroom seating order will be, are in alphabetical order. She goes straight to the last cubbyhole and inserts the giraffe hat there. The space is not deep enough to hold it all. It looks as if a baby giraffe is napping in the cubby. The thought comes to her that Donald Zinkoff, in more ways than cubbyholes, will always be easy to find. So this is great. In chapter 4, we meet Donald Zinkoff's first teacher. We learn his first name, Donald, and we see him on his first day of school. And the author, which is really great because the author shows us, he doesn't tell us that Zinkoff is excited about school. He shows us. And how does he show up that Zinkoff is excited? Well, look at the things that Zinkoff does. He leaves for school early. He doesn't really listen to his mom, and he leaves to go to school early. He sits up in the very front row of the seats because he's so excited. He jumps out of his seat to say, "Yes, ma'am," with great excitement when the teacher's talking to him. And he's not sad that she asks him to take off his hat. He happily gives it to her. So as I look at this first chapter, and the other thing the author tells us, the teacher wonders if Zinkoff is going to cause any problems this year. And he doesn't. But then at the end of the chapter, she says, which I think is really interesting, she says, the thought comes to her that Donald Zinkoff, in more ways than cubbyholes, will always be easy to find. So that tells me that she thinks Donald Zinkoff is someone that is going to stand out and be just a little different from everyone else. Do you think he's going to be different from everyone else? Does he seem different in these first couple of chapters? As I think about it, I think that Donald Zinkoff is a boy who's really happy. He likes to run. He likes to laugh. He's looking for someone to share his happy times with, and he's excited to be at school. And he wears a really big giraffe hat that he seems to like, even though his mom told him not to bring it to school. So that's what I've learned about Zinkoff so far. So that was chapter 4, and tomorrow we are going to read chapter 5. I hope to see you here again tomorrow. Thanks so much. Hi, if you like this video, please push subscribe at the bottom button below, or go to my website, teachthespectrum.com, for more resources. My name is Alan Amy. I'm a social emotional learning facilitator here in Los Angeles, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much.